Commander Zach Thule reviewed the classified footage for the 100th time, mandibles clicking in distress. The recording showed a single human female bringing down 3 Kralaxian shock troops, each twice her size, and covered in natural armor using nothing but primitive projectile weapons and what the humans called hand-to-hand combat. "Impossible," muttered Sub-Commander Vrital, his crystalline eyes reflecting the holographic replay. "Our species spent millennia evolving for warfare. The Kralaxians are living tanks. How can these soft, fragile beings defeat our finest warriors?" Zach Thule paused the footage on a frame showing the human's face. Despite being in the middle of combat, her expression showed neither fear nor bloodlust, only cold, measured focus. "That's what we're here to understand," Zach Thule replied. "High Command has tasked us with analyzing why humans are proving to be the deadliest species we've ever encountered." The research facility housed dozens of captured human combat footage, battlefield reports, and historical documents. After 3 cycles of study, patterns had begun to emerge that chilled even the most hardened collective veterans. "Look at this," Vrital said, pulling up another hologram. "Most species evolve specific adaptations for combat poison, armor, enhanced strength. Humans have none of these. They're not even particularly fast or strong compared to other sapient races. And yet," Zach Thule continued, "they've managed to defeat every military force they've encountered. The question is how." "Sir," a junior analyst burst into the room, their bioluminescent patches pulsing with excitement. "I believe we found something in their historical records." The analyst projected a series of images showing human warfare across their history, from ancient battles with crude metal weapons to their modern conflicts with energy weapons and powered armor. Most species develop their combat capabilities alongside their technology, the analyst explained. But humans were deadly before they had advanced weapons. They've been practicing warfare for their entire existence. Zach Thule studied the images thoughtfully. Elaborate. Unlike most sapient species, who evolved specialized natural weapons, humans had to rely on their intelligence and creativity. They turned everything into a weapon, rocks, sticks, even their own bodies. They developed thousands of different combat styles and military strategies. When they finally developed advanced technology, they already had countless generations of warfare expertise to build upon. That explains their tactical adaptability, Vrital noted. But what about their psychological makeup? No other species shows their level of controlled aggression. The analyst pulled up biological data. Humans evolved as persistence hunters. They would chase prey until it collapsed from exhaustion. This required not just physical endurance, but also the mental fortitude to pursue a goal relentlessly. They can remain focused on an objective for hours, days, or even years. And their lack of natural weapons actually worked in their favor, Zach Thule realized. Without relying on biological advantages, they learned to exploit every possible advantage in their environment. They don't fight like other species because they never could. The room fell silent as the implications sank in. Humans weren't just another warrior species, they were something entirely different. Their very limitations had forced them to become more dangerous than any naturally armed race. "There's more," the analyst added quietly. "Their social structures make them even more lethal. Most species fight as individuals, but humans? They coordinate instinctively. They can form effective combat units with complete strangers, adapting their tactics on the fly. And they pass their knowledge down, each generation building upon the last." Zach Thule closed the holographic displays. "So what you're saying is that humans aren't deadly, despite their lack of natural weapons. They're deadly because of it. Their entire species evolved around overcoming their limitations through intelligence, cooperation, and sheer determination." "Precisely, Commander. They don't just fight, they study warfare as an art and a science." Every human conflict has led to innovations in tactics and technology. They turn their defeats into learning experiences and their victories into stepping stones for further advancement. And now they have access to advanced technology, Vrital said grimly, all while retaining the mindset and skills developed through millennia of finding ways to defeat naturally superior opponents. Zaxthal began composing his report to High Command. The conclusion was clear: humanity's greatest strength wasn't any single ability, it was their endless drive to overcome their own limitations. Every obstacle they faced only forced them to become more innovative, more strategic, and ultimately more deadly. Recommendations? Vrital asked. Peace, Zaxthal replied, without hesitation. We've spent generations evolving for war, but they've spent their entire existence learning how to defeat superior opponents. We thought their lack of natural weapons made them weak. Instead, it forced them to become the deadliest warriors the universe has ever seen. As if to emphasize his point, the hologram flickered back to life, showing the human female methodically disabling the Kralaxian troops. Her expression remained unchanged. This wasn't rage or desperation. This was simply what humans had become, beings who had turned their very limitations into the ultimate weapon. The collective would need to radically reassess its approach to humanity. They weren't just another species to be conquered. They were the culmination of countless generations of turning disadvantages into strengths. And that, Zaxthal realized, made them more dangerous than any naturally evolved warrior race could ever be.